All right. Hello, and welcome to round 4, take 3 of Reddit's Next Top Model judging. The theme for this week was Out of This World, and I was super impressed with everybody's submissions. So, real quick note, today is Super Bowl Sunday over here in the US, so a lot of the judges are not available to stream in person right now, but they were kind enough to send in their scores and comments beforehand, so I'll just be presenting the scores and comments along with my thoughts on the models' photos this week. So today's guest judge is John Myrtle, so you may remember him from last week, and without further ado, let's go ahead and get started. So first up, in our photo of the week, first call out by 2 upvotes and judge's decision is Joan. So she said she was taking this theme of Out of This World as literally as possible and as morbidly as possible, along with an excuse to reference Cycle 8's death photo shoot. So let's take a look at what she got. Wow, I absolutely love this photo. I think that this looks straight up professionally done, with the exception of like the slight pillows in the very top of the screen. I think that this is absolutely something I could totally see in a magazine and wouldn't think twice about. I love the interpretation. I love the take on it. And I really love, like, it's hard in a photo like this where there's just so much beauty with the nice sheets and the beautiful kimono and the posture. But I still was really drawn to her face. Like, she's absolutely smizing it up with the eyes. I think this is one of my favorite photos from Joan so far, and she's been such a strong contender that is really saying something. So well done. I love the like kind of dead look. I also would imagine it's really hard to make dead look fierce, but you definitely managed. So well played, Joan. It's gonna be a 10 from me. And let's take a look at what our judge, Mr. Myrtle, had to say about Joan's photo. Grab his comments right here. Adam sent him to me over chat, so. Not sure why my Reddit's not loading. Oh, come on. Yeah, okay, so he said it's a 10 from him as well. He loves the posture, the smize, the intensity in her eyes, and just the overall composition of the photo, as well as he really liked the concept. He liked the take that you did and the way that you kind of interpreted the theme. So 10 from him as well. So 2 10s. Well played, Joan. All right, let's go on to the next one up. We got Kat as our runner-up for photo of the week this week. Let's see what her Out of This World interpretation was. She said she decided to go with an alien-style photo shoot with styling and makeup inspired by David Bowie. She's done mostly profile shots so far, so she wanted to challenge herself with a straight-on photo. Wow, I think this really, like, I'm not usually a fan of the straight-on photos. I think that's a really hard thing to do, but I think that this absolutely works. I think that I love the idea of taking some risks, and I just think that this is an incredibly mesmerizing photo to look at. My favorite part is probably I love her posture. I love her body composition and the way that she managed to take the symmetry of a straight-on photo and really work with it all the way down to the lipstick and the way she positioned her hands and her body. The outfit in the background and the makeup, flawless as usual. But I think this is just like another really, really strong entry from Kat on this one. Love the staring straight into the camera. It's like you're looking into my soul. And I love the like kind of, it's almost like a punk avant-garde. It kind of reminds me of like a Katy Perry music video, the way that she did this like interpretation of Out of This World. Yeah, Mr. Myrtle says he loves the outfit, the set, and the pose, and it's going to be a 10 from him. I'm going to give you a 10 as well on this one. I think that the whole, it's all there for me. I have no criticisms really that I can think of. I kind of wish we couldn't see the folding lines of the backdrop, but honestly, with the whole symmetry thing, it works because they're symmetrical, and the way that you did the rest of the photo just really works for me. So, well done, Kat. Another 2 10 score. So, this is probably one of the best shoots yet for you guys. And I mean that like for every model. Like since I already have the scores for this one, I think this is the highest scoring shoot we've had so far. So everyone really brought it. All right, next up is Kylie. Her interpretation was an alien coming out of a black hole of fierceness, and I think that is exactly how I would describe this photo. Yeah, her face, the hand, the hair moving, and just the composition. It's absolutely, I love it. There's so much going on in the photo itself, but I feel like just the face is I'm absolutely drawn. Similar to the Joan photo, like I cannot take my eyes off her eyes. So I think that she's got this really like hypnotic smize going on. I'm gonna give Kylie a 10 on this one as well. I think it's just probably my favorite photo from her so far, and I love the intensity she's just like staring into the through the screen with. Let's take a look at what Mr. Myrtle had to say. This is his personal favorite this week. He loves the smize. It's killer. He gives it a 10 as well. Okay, wow. So this is what I'm saying, guys. This has been a really strong week. 3 perfect scores in a row for the top 3. You guys really brought it, so well done. All right, next up, we got Diego. So for this week's concept, he was inspired by Mexican folklore because most of Mexican legends are out of this world. Back in Mexico, we have what we call nahulis, which I hope I'm not butchering that too much, which is technically our witches who become animals, similar to Navajo skinwalkers. So this is him being a Nahul. So let's take a look. I think this is actually my favorite photo from Diego so far. I know last week we challenged him a little bit with the, changing up the background and the angling a little bit, and I think he really brought it this time. I love the detail work. I don't know how you got those scales on your skin, but they look great. And the horns and just the props and costume really work for me. But I think my favorite part is just the way you worked with that wall and the posing and just the general design. Like I could totally believe you were, a mythical creature from another planet just creeping around the back of some wall. Like I think this is one of my favorites so far. Really works for me. I'm going to give him a 10 as well. I think this is actually my favorite one he's done so far, and he really took the feedback we did last week and ran with it. I mean, I don't see anything wrong with it. His eyes, the facial expression, it just works. I love what you're doing with your lips. This is a really good one from Diego for me. Let's see what John had to say. Said this photo reminds him from the optical illusions from Cycle 21. He loves the photo, but he doesn't just get out of the world. He doesn't get out of this world from it, so he's going to go with an 8. So, okay. Yeah, so that sounds good. Got the scores tallied for Diego as well. Let's go on to our next contestant. We got Eva. They were going for serving Galaxy clones. Let's take a look. Wow, so I really love this one as well. I'm getting a real, kind of almost like polished CoverGirl Galaxy vibe from it. I love the composition. I really love that you took the feedback that we gave you last week about the lighting and really ran with it. The lighting in this is divine. It's perfect. And it really brings out your natural beauty and the way that you're looking at the camera and your body positioning. I feel like this is a really, really strong photo, basically on all counts. My one tiny nitpicky thing is I think that I feel like the makeup colors, the nails really work with the background for me, but the makeup I feel like is a little bit sort of doesn't match the colors of the background as well as I would like it to. So that's just a very small criticism, but I think for the most part this is my favorite photo from Eva so far. So well done. They took the criticism really well and really delivered on this one for me. So that's going to be a 9. I do wish the makeup didn't draw me away from the photo a little bit with the color matching, but I think this is a really strong performance. Let's see what Mr. Myrtle had to say. So I love the 3 pictures with different angles. This is a nice touch to give us different sides of Eva. I would like the side angles to be a little bit more 45-degree takes, but otherwise I would give it a 9. Very nice. Yeah, I think that's another thing. I love what Mr. Myrtle brought up in terms of the different sides of Eva. They were saying in the comments earlier that they had kind of, a desire to show off different perspectives, and I think that is something that they really achieved with this photo. So well done, and that was a very clever and creative way to kind of get that across. Cool. So next up, our last model is Kari. So she said she's going, she didn't specify in this one, but personally, I really like it. I love the pose. I do wish her face was a little bit more towards the camera so we could see more of the expression, but I love the little detail in the eye, and I love the outfit. I like the background. I'm just not sure if I feel the background with the outfit. Like the outfit feels like, you know, sci-fi alien with a little bit of like punk, but the background feels like kind of Westworld deserty to me. So I feel like between the two, like I like them both individually. I just don't know if I would have paired them together in that way. So that's going to be, I think, an 8 from me. Let's see what Mr. Myrtle has to say. He loves the styling and the theming. However, he's not the biggest fan of going with a full side profile. If it was angled a little bit more towards us, I'd be all in. I give this a 7. All right, great job. Yeah, I think we kind of had the same comment on like the side profile because, you know, I just would like to see a little bit more of your expression. I think Mr. Myrtle felt the same, but other than that, strong photo from Kari. All right, so as you may have noticed, we do have some of our eliminated models participating, which I think is amazing, and they are doing incredible work. So as long as they're willing to keep putting in photos, I am super happy to keep giving them feedback. So let's take a look at what they did. First up, we got Zach Swift. He said he was going for portraying himself into falling into the unknown as his take on Out of This World. So let's take a look. So I absolutely love this photo. I think that it's such a unique take on Out of This World, but it's like the composition of it, his body position, the background is absolutely, he really creates that element of 3D realness. And even just like the motion of his boot, it really does look like he's falling. This photo looks like it is in motion. I love his face. I love the body position. This is just really a win for me. And I love the concept take. You know, I was expecting, you know, maybe sci-fi, but this is like Out of This World mentally instead of physically, and I absolutely love it. So I would have given that a 10 from me. So really well done. Yeah, just the more I stare at it, the more it gets very hypnotic. Really good work. So our other model contestant is Zach with a K. So he said he wanted to participate in all the challenges. For this one, he did a gender bent modern take on classic fantasy world. Make sure he got it all in there, from the red shoes to the blue gingham. So let's see what he came up with. Okay, so I really like this photo as well. I love the facial expressions, the body posture, the background, a little cat in the basket, and the detail work with the photos, or with the red shoes and the blue shirt, and the facial expression. My one criticism is I do not like the font and the words, actually. I think you could remove them entirely, and I think the photo would just be so much stronger. It really reminds me of like a postcard from someone out of this world, but the font takes me out of it. So I would give you an 8 on that one, just because the font really, or the text really takes me away. But if it wasn't for the text, I think this would have been a 9 or a 10 from me. So really well done. And thank you to everybody who is participating in these challenges, whether you're still in the running or not. I love to see your guys' work, and I think you guys are just getting stronger with each week, so it's been really fun to watch. I tallied up the scores, and out of the final 6, the lowest scoring model is, unfortunately for this week, is Kari. So really good job in this competition so far, and feel free to let me know if you want to keep getting the prompts, and I would be happy to keep seeing your photos as well as the rest of Reddit, because they're just really strong work. But now we're down to final 5, which is Joan, Kat, Kylie, Diego, and Eva. So congrats to the final 5, and thank you, Kari, for all of your amazing work in this competition so far. Yeah, and thanks to everybody who's been doing all of these amazing photos and commenting and letting people know what they think. This has been a really cool experience, for me at least, and I hope it has been for you guys as well. And I'm really excited now that we're in the final 5. We're getting really close to figuring out who's going to be Reddit's next top models. So thank you guys all for your participation and the amazing photos and feedback. I will be sending you models, your prompt for this week, sometime on Monday, so keep an eye out for that. And for the rest of Reddit, keep an eye out for early next weekend. We'll be opening the thread for round 5. So, alrighty. So thank you to everybody, and I'll catch you later.